Hello scholars, welcome back to our video 3 of chapter 8 Human Body, Nervous System and Sense Organs. Scholar, this is our third video and till now we have learnt about the nervous system. So what's new in this video? Let's check it out. Scholars, here is one example. Okay, here you can see a man has touched hot object, okay, and immediately he has pulled his hand. Fine. So touching that hot object, it is the stimulus, and he immediately pull his hand is the response. Now how he has able to pull his hand so immediately and respond to that stimulus? Who is behind this action? Let's see. Scholars, the action that we see, okay, the pulling of hand, it is called as the reflex action. A reflex action is an immediate and rapid response to a stimulus. Reflex actions are not directly controlled by the brain. Yes, scholars, what we know that brain is the control center of our nervous system. Everything it is analyzed, controlled by the brain. But there are some actions where it is not the brain who controls them. Yes. So, this immediate and rapid response to stimulus, it is called as the reflex action. And these reflex actions are not controlled by the brain. So, who controls? In human beings, reflexes occur through a pathway called the reflex arc. Reflex action occurs very quickly. Yes, it is so quickly that it almost takes less than a second. Yes, so these reflex actions are very quickly because signals are sent directly from the spinal cord instead of involving the brain. Now, did you get your answer? It is the spinal cord who takes the decision where brain is not involved. So, spinal cord, it controls the reflex action. So scholars, let's learn about how these reflex actions they work. So there is a pathway called reflex arc to which the reflex actions work. Now there are three steps. Okay, so the reflex arc it works in the three steps, and these three steps are as follows. The first step, the sensory neurons or the sensory nerve cells, they carries the messages from the point of stimulus to the spinal cord. So when the hand touches the hot object, okay, so the sensory neurons or the sensory nerve cells of that area, they carry that message to the spinal cord. Now, after receiving the message from the sensory nerves, spinal cord processes it and gives the response. So, instead of reaching to the brain, it is the spinal cord who processes it and takes the decision and gives the response. Now, we know that motor neurons or the motor nerve cells, they carry the messages to the point where the reflex occurs, and they get the message that pull your hand. So, this is the three steps which reflex arc follows when the reflex actions take place. Here are some other examples of the reflex actions. Sudden removal of the hand or leg from a sharp object. Blinking of eyes when an insect comes very near to the eyes. Yes, it is our eyes which start blinking. Okay, and coughing or sneezing because of irritants in nasal passage. So these are the various examples of the reflex action, just like pulling our hand when we touch the hot object. So scholars, this is about the reflex action. After watching the video, to read page number 81, and after reading page number 81 you are going to draw the diagram which is given on page number 81. Okay scholars, See you again in the next video. Till then, bye bye and take care.